What's up, guys? It's Lou from Unbox Therapy, and today we're taking a look at the Samsung Galaxy S4, the replacement for the wildly popular S3. I know a lot of you guys own that phone, and you're probably thinking about upgrading to this S4 right here. But before you go out and buy anything, I just want to let you know right now I will be giving away a Galaxy S4. So if you're not subscribed yet, you might want to do that now, and also leave a thumbs up down below, and we will be giving away an S4. I'll have more details in the next video that gets published on the channel. Anyways, this video is dedicated to the unboxing. This is the 16 gigabyte model. It isn't the international version, so you're getting the quad-core processor instead of that crazy 8-core processor that part of the world gets. It features a massive 5-inch screen with 1920 by 1080 in terms of resolution, so a full HD screen for an effective PPI of 441, which is a crazy figure when you think about it. It's a little bit lower than the PPI on the HTC One, but that's because the screen's a little bit larger, and really you probably won't be able to discern the difference that much because you're talking about the difference between a 5-inch screen and a 4.7-inch screen. In terms of the unboxing, you get a little bit of paperwork as well as a bag to recycle your old phone, courtesy of Rogers. Wouldn't recommend recycling if you're coming from an S3, but maybe you got some really old, non-smartphone, dumb phone. In that case, do something positive with it and recycle it. You've got a USB cable, pretty self-explanatory, as well as a half-decent headset from Samsung. This has interchangeable tips, so you can find the size that works best for you and your personal ear canal. It also has an inline remote for adjusting things like volume, skipping tracks in your music, etc., answering phone calls, of course. Here are the extra tips that I mentioned earlier. They're soft, so you can easily remove the old ones and put new ones on. The power brick is pretty much the same as it's been for every Galaxy model, or at least all the ones I can remember, except in this case it's white to match not only the USB cable and headphones, but of course the device. The S4 is also available in a darker color. It's not quite black, but almost black. You've got a fairly large battery included. This is a 2600 milliamp hour battery. That's a good thing because with a device that has a screen this big, you know it's going to use up a lot of battery power, and that's usually the #1 battery consumer on a smartphone is the screen. So having a bigger battery, and in this case a replaceable battery, is definitely a positive thing. The front of the device also has all of your sensors as well as your earpiece for phone calls. It has the forward-facing camera and of course that traditional physical button that has been on Galaxy devices since the beginning. Moving to the side, the left-hand side of the device is where you'll see the volume rocker. The top is home to the headphone jack as well as an array microphone. On the back is where you'll see the 13 megapixel camera and LED flash. This has autofocus as well. It's also capable of shooting 1080p video at 30 frames per second. On the right-hand side of the device is where your power/hold switch is. On the bottom is where you'll plug in your USB cable to charge the device, and of course your main microphone is there as well. The speaker is on the back, and it's really tiny. I'm not a fan of these backwards facing tiny little speakers, so my recommendation if you're interested in this device is to look for an external solution. I've actually featured a number of them on my channel, including these two right here. There's the Micro Wireless and Micro 2. These are tiny little speakers. One of them is Bluetooth, and the other you plug into the mini jack if you don't want to use up Bluetooth for some reason. These devices will give you up to 5 hours of playback on battery, so you actually don't even have to plug them into the wall, and the experience is nice and day. Having a proper speaker instead of a little tiny down-firing solution really changes your experience and improves the quality of your media. So if you guys want more information on either of these devices, I will drop links down in the description to my original feature videos so you can go and get some more info. I actually have samples there as well so you can see the difference between onboard smartphone audio and a solution like these. Next, we'll take a closer look at that 13 megapixel camera that I mentioned earlier. Everybody is talking about the great performance they're getting out of this camera. It is a lot of megapixels for a smartphone. So far the samples I've seen have been quite impressive. I actually am looking forward to stacking this thing up against the HTC One to get a better idea. On the bottom you have two capacitive buttons. You can't see them there on each side of the physical button. And here's a closer look at the top of the device where you can see the sensors as well as the forward-facing camera, which is a 2 megapixel camera. I'll give you some closer visuals here. This of course is what Unbox Therapy is famous for, getting you up close and personal with the devices that we feature. And I also want to mention one more time before we head out from this video that I am going to be giving away one of these Galaxy S4s for whichever carrier you happen to be on. So if you're not subscribed yet, now would be a very smart time to do so if you are at all interested in having one of these devices for yourself. I'm going to go ahead here and open up the back of the device. As you guys know, the Galaxy series means that you're going to be able to replace things like the battery if you have an extra one. In this case, you've also got a micro SD slot, which is capable of expanding your storage up to 64 gigabytes. Beside there is where you'll see your SIM slot. I'm going to go ahead and install this Rogers SIM. This is a Rogers phone after all, but it will be available on most carriers in both Canada and the US. You can get it on AT&T, on Sprint. You can also get it up here on TELUS, as well as, I believe it's going to be on Fido. So, I mean, it's available probably on more carriers than any other device that's currently on the market. Samsung has always been very good with that, making sure that their devices are available at a number of different carriers. It'll also be at Verizon eventually. I don't think it's there yet. So, booting up the device, you go into the setup menu. I'm not going to bore you guys with that. I'll do the setup process off camera, and then I'll give you a quick look at the interface. After all, this is just an unboxing, feature video. We're not going to go too in-depth on this one. This is just to familiarize you guys with the device, how it operates, what it looks like more than anything, and to give you guys those visuals that you're looking for. If you're interested in pricing and availability or more data on this device, technical specifications, I'll put a link in the description so you can check that out. Here, I'm using the stock browser to take a look at the new unboxtherapy.com. If you guys haven't checked out that website yet, you definitely should. We have a bunch of merchandise available right now, which is definitely worth checking out. So if you haven't seen our new website, you should definitely head over there. We've also got some deal therapy stuff, some deals that I don't put into videos that I'm going to be publishing on the site. Now I've got a quick question for you guys. If you're in the market for a new smartphone, which one are you looking at, specifically in the Android space? Is it the S4? Is it the HTC One? Maybe you guys want to see a comparison. Is it the Nexus 4? I still think the Nexus 4 is a great device. I carry one around daily, and when you think about it, the cost to performance is actually really good when it's about half the price to buy outright of the other two. That being said, it's obviously not at the top tier in terms of specifications. Everybody's talking about the S4 and the HTC One right now, and I completely understand why. But let me know down in the comments which one is the choice for you. Or maybe you're going to hold out and you're waiting for another iOS device. Maybe you're waiting for the next iPhone. I'm not sure, but I want to hear from you guys in the comments. Anyways, that wraps up this unboxing video. If you guys enjoyed it, please remember to leave a thumbs up down below. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Stay tuned for the Galaxy S4 giveaway, or maybe it should be an HTC One giveaway. I don't know. You guys can talk about that in the comments too. All right, thanks as always for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Later.